Now we're going to have Mark Teaford read for us. Mark grew up outside of Cleveland, Ohio, where he loved roaming patches of uh, Douglas Forest or escaping to the northern Ontario on fishing expeditions with his father. His training in anthropology made it possible for him to travel to places like Africa, Central America, and Europe. And while he had always dreamed of California, he spent most of his career in Baltimore and rarely visited the West Coast until a job opportunity at the Touro University allowed him and his wife to move to Napa. His haiku, Sinu, and tanka have appeared online and in print, and he loves combining poems with photographs. He marvels at the beauty of the natural world while trying to make sense of what we're doing to it and each other. In the face of the current world challenges, he finds photos and poetry to be very critically therapeutic. And here's Mark.
Thank you very much. And I have to rely on Sue to make sure that things are showing up the way they're supposed to here. So let me just try and put things. Thank you, Gary, for the introduction. Thank you, Bruce and Bev and Sue and everybody for the invitation. I began writing English versions of Japanese poetry probably 20 years ago. I've always been amazed at the range of works that everybody in this group comes up with. So it's really an honor to share some of my work with you. Some of you may know I enjoy pairing poems and photos. An earlier collection of my black and white works appeared in a book Staring at Midnight Sky, published by Red Moon Press in 2020. Now, I realize that such pairings of images and poems may channel impressions, or people may think they channel impressions of readers. And so all of the poems I'm going to share with you today, or most 95% of them, have been published on their own in various journals. But I also feel that pairing poems and images, any kind, it could be the classic ink drawings, it could be watercolors, it could be photos, may open the eyes of readers to different possibilities. So today I want to share with you some recent ones. The Many of them, not many, well, many of them have appeared in Haiku galleries on the website for the Haiku Foundation last March and August. Some will appear in another gallery after the first of the year, and then some of them have been published or will be published in some of the online sources. I'll mention those as I go. I take all my own photos, like many of you. I've made the transition from an SLR film camera to SLR digital to now I just take them with my iPhone. What follows is not in a set order, so it's a bit of a roller coaster. But I still hope you'll be able to sit back and just let your minds take you wherever it chooses to. To encourage you to make connections, I'm going to read each little poem twice before moving to the next one. Okay. All right, let's do it. In all the universe, we live across the street. In all the universe, we live across the street. For a second, clouds, just so. For a second, clouds, just so. Emerging from the forest, a story in the wind. Emerging from the forest, a story on the wind. Reaching through stone, the ancient root of a low vowel. reaching through stone, the ancient root of a low vowel. Coming down the mountain, box cello suites. Coming down the mountain, box cello suites. This next one will be appearing in a Haiku gallery for an upcoming issue of Contemporary Haiku Online. At the dog beach, everyone chases something. At the dog beach, everyone chases something. Twisting the chains of the snow-capped swing, letting go. Twisting the chains of the snow-capped swing, letting go. Autumn vista. The cowboy in me ropes a calf. Autumn vista. The cowboy in me ropes a calf. Saying what I'm thinking. Sparrows. Saying what? I'm thinking sparrows. Sitting on the sill, his ring warms in the sun. Sitting on the sill, his ring warms in the sun. On the back stoop, the hound smells something. I wish I knew. On the back stoop, the hound smells something. I wish I knew. The siren dies as it approaches assisted living. The siren dies as it approaches assisted living. I just thought of something. Okay. Thought maybe my mic was down a little bit. All right. There we go. Campsite store. Sales stalled by the kid's bag of pennies. Campsite store. Sales stalled by the kid's bag of pennies. My ADHD. Shelf, wren, shoe, song, lawn, poem. My ADHD. Shelf, wren, song, lawn, shoe, poem. Next one appeared in Failed Haiku in August of 2024. 2245, next big cicadathon. Who will hear them? 2245, next big cicadathon. Who will hear them? Outside, I hear a good view. Outside, I hear a good view. Autumn arrives in a face I cannot place. Autumn arrives in a face I cannot place. Stopping at a high point to let a thought pass. Stopping at high point to let a thought pass. Morning birdsong, my hand moves in time to your breathing. Morning birdsong, my hand moves in time to your breathing. Raindrops too light to feel, still shining the pavement. Raindrops too light to feel, still shining the pavement. Next one will also be appearing in a Haiku gallery for an upcoming issue of Contemporary Haiku Online. Despite everything, jumping ears, Jackrabbit. Despite everything, jumping ears, Jackrabbit. Taking a moment to grow a bit older. Taking a moment to grow a bit older. Good start to the day, the baker's air guitar. Good start to the day, the baker's air guitar. Finding a way through dense fog, the scent of bread. Finding a way through dense fog, the scent of bread. A few boards at the top of the beach. A few boards at the top of the beach. Surprised by your silence. First snowfall. Surprised by your silence. First snowfall. Winter chill, the warmth of the poop bag. Winter chill, the warmth of the poop bag. Next one appeared in Contemporary Haiku, the most recent issue, 21-2, I think. Hoping for better news. Feeding daffodil stems. Hoping for better news. Feeding daffodil stems. First communion, the blessing of the ice cream truck. First communion, the blessing of the ice cream truck. Daylight, a place to rest your hand and mind. Daylight, a place to rest your hand in mine. Higher education, surfboards in the bike racks. Higher education, surfboards in the bike racks. Crows up, first I watch you. Crows up first, I watch you. First day of retirement, sliding the bobber up the line. First day of retirement, sliding the bobber up the line. And to finish, here are a few poems that have yet to be submitted, paired with images or anything. They haven't been reviewed either, so we'll see. Checks and balances, water gurgling under the boulder. Checks and balances, water gurgling under the boulder. Squeezing through chain link, the sparrow emigrates. Squeezing through chain link, the sparrow emigrates. Looking for insights, again in the dark. Looking for insights again in the dark. Moderato, the harmony of strings and morning. Moderato, the harmony of strings and morning. Ex-NASCAR driver, now flying model planes in tight right turns. Ex-NASCAR driver, now flying model planes in tight right turns. You've chosen poorly. The shock of tart blueberries. You've chosen poorly. The shock of tart blueberries. Dressed in white after Labor Day. Cat in the camellias. Dressed in white after Labor Day. Cat in the camellias. And that's it. Thank you very much.